Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Diana Scott with BlueCastle IT Solutions, coming at you guys again live. Today, we're going to be going over episode 1 of our support series. How can an managed service provider, IT MSP, help a company of X number of employees? And we'll be talking about, small companies, mid-sized companies, companies 5 to 15 employees, is what we're going to talk about today. Before we jump into things, we are about support, security, peace of mind. That is our slogan here at BlueCastle IT. So if you're a small business owner or C-level executive, and you've got a lot on your mind, you got a lot to worry about in one of those roles, if you could see yourself benefiting from having peace of mind when it comes to your IT support, where you can rest easy knowing that you're secure, knowing that you have a trusted advisor a phone call away, please head over to go.bluecastlet.com. Reach out to us. We want to talk to you. So again, we're going to jump right into how can an IT MSP help a company of 5 to 15 employees, which I call kind of a transition size for a company. But what I mean by that transition size is that if you're 5 to 15 employees, at one point you were probably 1 to 5 employees, and getting larger and moving into this size for a company, you're moving away from the mom and pop, maybe family level business, right? You're maybe in one room and you've got 3 computers, and everyone who's an employee of the company is your family or your best friends, and people and you trust completely. It's very common for like the small 1 to 5 employee type small businesses, but now you're growing and you're transitioning out of that, and you're moving away from, hey, we all just share that same computer with the one password we all know. Maybe we share the same email address, like office@yourcompanydomain.com or info@yourcompany.com. And you're starting to move to where you have to start thinking about things, like, okay, what happens if I've got 10 employees and we have to do like a negative, or an employee leaves the organization in a negative way, so like a termination, or maybe an employee gets upset, walks off, quits day of the job, happens to the best of us, and you have to scramble to okay, remove that person's user account, their access to their email, any cloud hosted file storage accounts, anything that they have access to for your company that you no longer want them to have access to, and you have to move quickly. Okay, so if you're a small business, you're 1 to 5 people, you are probably going to be able to do that very quickly because you've got those 2 computers right with you. Okay, we're just going to reset some passwords. Hey, everybody, here's the new password. Okay, what if you have 15 employees, and what if you have 15 computers, and you haven't set yourself up on any sort of networked domain of computers? You don't have centralized user management. Somebody leaves in a huff. You're a little bit worried about what that person's going to do as they are upset. How do you go and touch 15 computers and make sure go and reset passwords, make sure that all access that they could possibly have is shut off in a quick amount of time? And the truth is that you can't really do that very quickly if you don't have some sort of centralized user management. So what ends up happening is a lot of times we see companies, they'll do little things here and there, like they'll shut off their email, but then they never go back and change the password to all those computers that the employee knows. They don't want to have to then tell their other 14 employees, hey, here's a new password for all those accounts. There's just some like logistical difficulties with that. That's just one example. There's so many more examples along this line. So how can a IT consultant or MSP help a company of 5 to 15 people? And I'm just giving like this one example of user account management. Well, it is so much easier to talk to somebody who's been on the other side of it. As a managed service provider, we help companies that are larger than 5 to 50 employees. And so we've encountered situations where we go into an environment and it's like, wow, there's 30 people here and there's no centralized user management, and we have to fix that because now maybe there's some compliance requirements that you have. Maybe you've, for your, line of business, if you're healthcare, that's HIPAA. If, you're legal, you've got bar association, requirements. If you're, financial, there's requirements in your industry, and you need to be at a level of security that meets those requirements. Or maybe you just want to operate more efficiently, right? You want your business to work so that, it is running like a lean, mean machine, and you want to do the steps to get it there. Well, it's a lot more expensive to bring in somebody to fix something at the size of 30 employees than it is to get it right at 5 employees and let it scale up and grow and have it already be set up so that by the time you are 30, 50 employees, however big you intend to go with your company, that you're not doing major overhauls of your IT networks, but you are just sort of growing into, those next levels in a way that makes sense. So as an IT consultant, we know, look, it's a lot easier to turn a small little speedboat, right, than the cruise ship. Like turning the cruise ship, that takes a lot of time, that takes a lot of effort and energy. So we're able to kind of give advice and plot out for a company, help a company plot out their infrastructure based on where they want to go. And that's something that we can bring to the table for small businesses. So again, if you are a small business owner, C-level executive, and you want some support in this area, you want support, you want to know that there's somebody you can call on, say, hey, how do we approach this, knowing that 3 years from now, we want to be triple the size that we are. Having somebody who's available to have that conversation with you now can be invaluable to a business owner. So if that's you, please come on over to go.bluecastlet.com and let's talk. I'm sure that we can assist you, help educate small business owners, empower them to make these kind of decisions. That's what we're here for. All right. Thanks, everybody.